Welcome back to JR Oil Paintings 101. As you can see, I didn't like my evergreens over here, so I scraped them off. I thought about not showing you any of this part of it, but I thought, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. So we're going to just start over here again with this evergreen over here and a little bit extra color on this guy over here. So yeah, it's kind of going backwards a little bit, but sometimes you have to make a good looking painting. And I try to make as good looking of a painting as I can because, well, that's what we're here to do, right? We want to learn from our mistakes. So we're going to tap in just a little bit more color here. Get rid of some of those stripe marks that I got in there. And we're just going to do this right here. Put a little color right there. And one right here too, because that was a little wild when I was scraping it off, didn't I? And we're going to kind of tap in just a little bit of color on this little guy right here. I think he should have just a little bit of color in there. I got a little dark right here, but that's all right. Like that. And this guy over here should have a little bit of color with him too. I'm not putting in a lot of color right there because it's going to be in deep shadow anyway. So we're not going to have a lot of color right there. There, I like that. So now we're going to start over with our evergreen over here. I'm going to see if we can't do this the right way. All right. Now, we are going to, let's see, let me have that brush again. But we're going to go just a little bit higher on the color up here. About like that, I think we'll be good there. So, we're going to put an evergreen right here, like I said before. We'll see how he turns out this time. Like I say, no need to get upset if it doesn't work. If it don't work, if you don't like the way it is, do what I did. Just scrape it off and start over. Because it's just a little paint, that's all it is. We're going to touch the canvas and just kind of go back and forth here. I'm making little Z motions, just back and forth. And the further down you go, the more the brush is going to hit the canvas. And you're going to have beautiful little hand-me-downs out of those branches. Like that. He already looks better, doesn't he? Alright, we're going to put him a friend, like we had a while ago, but he can actually look like something. I hope, anyway. Again, we're just going to go back and forth. There, like that. Now those two look better than these over here. I'm going to leave those just because. And now we're going to go into my other brush here. Put him over here and get first tree trunk in there. So gotta have something to hold up all these limbs and stuff that we're gonna put in, right? There, just like that. And one over here, because he's gonna be in the front of that one, so you're probably gonna see more of his trunk than you would the other guys. Not much that's going to show, but every once in a while you'll see something that see part of that. Like I say, nobody's perfect with this. Some people are better. Well, there's a lot of people that are better than I am at this, but I'm practicing. I'm getting better with each painting. And you can too if you just remember, don't get frustrated when something don't go right. Scrape it off and start over. That's what I did here. So, I mean, I want a little different color in a minute because that's going to blend in too much with the background. You wouldn't be able to see him. I want to see this little guy. We worked for him. So we just add a little bit of different color to it, to the brush. Because see all this bright green? If you put a bright green here, like I did here and here, you're not going to see that evergreen too well. So we're going to make him stand out. Now this guy, we said was going to be behind this one. So we're going to do him first. And just touch. Take where you're going, where highlights would be. And just let it get darker and darker as it goes down. Because in a minute it'll just disappear anyway, it'll be in the shadows, right? Now we're going to change the flavor just a little bit so this other guy will stand out. Get plenty of paint on your brush. Plenty of paint on the brush. Now this guy's going to be in front of this guy. So we changed the flavor just a little bit. And just like I did with that one, just back and forth. And the forth and back. Here we go. I forget where it was. And there we go. There we go. Got a couple of decent looking trees right there. Not perfect, but that's how you do your evergreens. Now we got our trees hanging out, and now we're going to go with some grass area here and some bushes and things. So just tap in a little bit of color in your, I'm using a 1-inch brush to do the grass this time. Just because it's a little bit smaller area that I got to cover up, or get to cover up here. And we're going to get a lot of color into our little 1-inch brush. And we're going to have a little grass here coming down. Just like that right there. Pay attention to your angles. It's going to be kind of dark under that tree. So just let it get dark and you can brighten the edges up. You can brighten it up down here. Just add a little bit more paint to it and it'll brighten up. Now if you want a little bit of color down here in your reflections, do that. And then we will grab, thought I had another brush here, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. We'll just grab another brush, doesn't matter which, and just pull it straight down. And then across. You can put it as little, you don't even have to put any color on there if you don't want to. But that's one way of adding a little bit of color to that. So anyway, we're going to go over here and do the same thing we did there. And put a little grass here. A little bit of grass. And a bit more. And when you run out of paint, just go there and reload. Reload as much as possible, whenever you need to. Like I say, not everything works right all the time. I don't do this for a living. This is just one of the hobbies I picked up and stuck with this time. There we go. And then you got a couple little grassy areas and some lovely little trees. And since the part just before this went horribly wrong and a little overtime, we're going to call this one this part done for right now and make a shorter version. And then we'll go with the next part soon. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with the finale shortly.